Are we on?
Yeah, we're on.
Great. Hi guys. Hello.
Hi guys.
Sorry, I just wanted to check because otherwise you wouldn't get our wisdom and we wouldn't get your love. We're here. Back in St. Vidas. So today, I think I've said so many times this is a special one, but today it's extra special. I mean, this is like next level.
Yeah. So
perfumery.
A few videos ago, we did some reviews of some samples by Pryn Parfum, which we bought from Roullier White.
Yeah, great store. We've been today again.
Yeah,
we love it.
And so I found out about this house called Pryn because I heard that one of their fragrances was nominated for one of the olfactory awards, and I hadn't heard of the company, so I thought, oh, look it up. Went online, and there was one fragrance which stood out. Not actually the one that was nominated, but the one we're talking about today, Aksum. And I looked it up. I looked at the notes list, and I hadn't heard of most of the notes. The main note was goat hair.
Goat hair.
And the fragrance was $520 for 50 ml, which made me think,
wow.
I mean, immediately I thought, I've got to try this. Does
that include the goat?
Oh, I think you get it, yeah.
Okay, because that's fair enough.
The little name tag and everything. Yeah. But, a fragrance like that, I thought, I've got to try. I've got to see what it's all about. When I got the samples from Roullier White, they didn't have it, but very kindly, Pryn have sent us a sample of Aksum. He actually sent us two. So there's another one which I've tested for about 3 days. Now, normally in these videos, what happens is I've tested them for a few days, and then Joe kind of blind smells them. I suggested for this, he really needed to experience.
I've had to experience the thing properly.
A little bit more. So let me just let's talk about the fragrance a little bit. I'll read you through the notes list. Here we go. Goat hair, hyrax, assam oud, saffron, immortelle, asphalt, Iranian galbanum, jasmine sambac, hay absolute, sweat, beeswax absolute, tuberose, Somalian myrrh, frankincense, apopanax, tafrose, cumin, turmeric, jatamanzi, costus, chantaburi oud, and dragon blood.
And what about the middle notes? That's incredible.
Yeah, and notes like that makes you think. And if you read further, you can see where all of these ingredients are sourced from.
The finest quality ingredients.
This is 90% natural ingredients. Anyway, should we just stop talking?
But I mean, that's a huge proportion of naturals, isn't it?
Enormous. Yeah, enormous.
We don't get it very often. I've got it on my arm here, and I have had for a couple of hours, and I've been blown away.
Yeah, I should also say that he put it on his elbow underneath his shirt and jacket.
Underneath 2 layers.
And I can.
It's still coming through.
I can see it. So
this is a thick jacket, and I've carried quite a lot of extra blubber myself, and I think it's penetrated to my very core.
Yeah, it's in the blood.
It's wonderful. I love it.
Aksum is an ancient Ethiopian state. So it's an African. I think it's a kind of city-state, and it was a huge trading route and a big kind of melting pot for cultures who were travelling in. So Christianity. Islam, everything coming into the country. So it's a real...
Not Scientology, probably.
Not Scientology, not quite.
Others.
But you can feel, there's a lot being going on. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking and let's spray.
Get it on the hand there. So you're getting a sort of first impression again here, because it's new every time, isn't it? Enormous.
I mean,
not to be used on the central line, I would suggest.
I only coughed because I sprayed it into my mouth a bit.
Wow, God almighty.
I forget. I said to Joe, and put it on your skin because you need to try and you need to live with it. You need to let it open. The opening, it is quite sharp. There's a quite sharpness of the Alabama.
It sort of bites you a little bit, doesn't it?
Almost a kind of a sourness, which kind of grips you at the top. And I get this turmeric right from the beginning as well. Immediately I feel like I'm completely transported somewhere. There's a kind of dryness to it as well. The
air changes, doesn't it? It's like the air quality changes completely.
It's so arresting. Already
arid.
That kind of sharpness, that very sharp. The first spray is a bit like, oh god, that sharpness kind of going already. And already I'm starting to get a bit of warmth, a bit of sweet warmth.
Oh yeah.
God, and there's again, I don't know if you can see on my wrist, but there's just a thick kind of layer
proper oil. And I mean the oud oil in there as well.
Yeah. So this is 5%
really
oud oil.
Incredible stuff.
It's rare if something says oud on it. It's very rare that it's going to have any real oud oil at all. But
even the expensive 5%. Stuff that you're buying is not really oud usually.
It's in a way, I can talk about what I can smell now on my hand, but I think it's more helpful to talk about what I wore as I kind of experienced it.
Yeah.
There's quite a big kind of this slightly sharp opening, but it soon becomes very, very round and sweet. I also get the hints of the kind of labdanum, this kind of ambery, warm, rich feel, which is really offset by this. The turmeric I get almost a kind of slightly kind of camphorous quality, a slightly bitter quality, which stays for quite a long time.
Yeah, I didn't get as much of the turmeric. I got a slight sort of curry spice, immortelle vibe.
Yeah, there is a slightly. I mean, he mentioned sweat in the list, but I think that's probably the immortelle and kind of cumin.
It could be that
kind of creating that.
I mean, what do you think on there now, having dried down a little bit?
See, now this is what's
interesting.
This is what I experienced for a longer time. I tried to explain this to Joe, and I said, wearing this, it is difficult to explain.
So
I said, wearing it feels like stepping into the warm bed where your lover has just got out, and I don't mean
yourself.
Or yourself, but no, I think it's somebody else's smell, because it's someone else's smell which takes over you. But it's not a smell. It's not a dirty sex. Like, it's not a jizzy smell or anything like that.
No.
But it's just somehow warm and encasing and beautiful and slightly sweet and not. I mean, if I say dirty, people might think it's negative. I would say human. When you say animalic, you think, it smells like a dirty or a barnyard. Animalic just means it smells like.
It's real. Alive. It's a human being. It's not like the smell. Not like I used to do. If you just get into a bed in a department store sometimes to see if it's comfy, and it's brand new clean sheets. It's not
no character, no personality.
Nothing. Yeah, you get in. It's like, that's the smell of someone I love.
Yeah.
And you're the only person that knows that smell. And in fact, I'll say something that's a little bit embarrassing on camera, but my dear beloved will sometimes nestle into my neck and say, that's your smell. Even if I'm wearing nothing, no perfume, no nothing, that's my smell. And it's a human smell, isn't it?
Yeah. I'd say of the 3 days I tested this on, one I was mostly at home, so I didn't expect to get too many compliments, apart from my wife, obviously. The other two occasions I was out and about, and I did receive compliments both times. One person said, God, that smells really cuddly. The other person asked me what it was, and I explained it. And he said, what's kind of in it? I don't know what I can smell. And I said, it's goat. It's like,
naturally.
I didn't I didn't get that. And so
it doesn't come across as like goaty in any way.
Even though the opening is sharp, I've smelled far dirtier fragrances in terms of barnyard funk.
Oh yeah.
There were lots of
Russian
fragrances, which have, and even other ones which have, I'm thinking of The Promise, which has got much more of that fermented, skanky, shitty.
Or the shittiest of them all for me was Black Tear by Roja.
Oh really? I've not tried it.
It's like super.
It's like a bottle of poo.
Shit, yeah.
But this does not smell of poo.
This is beautiful. This has French classical elegance as well as
that's the thing.
Cutting edge.
That's what you get with a lot of his fragrances. You get a feel of the Orient and of notes which are not that are not Western, but you get this finishing of French perfumery in that there are no rough edges. It's all beautifully composed. And whilst this is large and complicated and animalic, it is beautiful and elegant, and there are no rough edges.
I would venture to say that is a modern masterpiece.
It really is, and it's.
I think that's not overstating it.
It's not
at all.
Right. So now to our next question. This
is a great question.
To get a 50 ml bottle of this costs $520 US.
Yeah.
That is quite a lot of money.
Or 520,000 pence. No. Cents.
Yeah.
So that puts a more positive spin on it.
That is quite a lot. Why is it that price? Now,
Good question.
If you I'm just going to go and grab you another Pryn bottle. I've got one over here.
Good.
If you stay there, you can maybe talk to them about something else.
So he's getting something special from over here.
So I'm just going to give you an example. So I don't have a full bottle of Aksum. I do have a full bottle of Roullier. And if you look at their bottles, they are very simple. I think they're very classy, very elegant, but
no crystal or diamonds going on.
It's very understated. You just get the ingredients on there. So, and they just come in a plain brown cardboard box. So when you pay $520, you're probably paying about $1 or something for the packaging, and all of the rest goes on the juice. People who are going out to buy luxury, something they can show off to friends, something which looks wow, are not going to buy this fragrance.
No, it's not about that, is it?
He's making this fragrance for people who are really interested in perfumery, and as such, I think. I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong. I think he will charge as low as he can.
Yeah.
I might be wrong.
And it's interesting, I mean, all of these fragrances, including, we popped into Roullier White today. I picked up Mora, which I really wanted from the last video. I loved it. They are all priced at a certain price point. They have certain ingredients. Other fragrances that have other ingredients are priced differently. And I like the fact that they're all reflective of actually what's going on inside the bottle, rather than here's my luxury line covered in crystal and Swarovski. And
that's
all
the thing. You look at those ingredients are read out to you. Lots of them are unfamiliar. Particularly goat hair. This doesn't smell like everyday perfume.
No way. No.
And it also lasted about 24 hours on me.
It's almost anti-perfume, isn't it?
Yeah.
It creates a smell that seems to emanate from within you as a person. People would say you smell wonderful rather than what's the perfume you're wearing.
It just feels like you've kind of sweated beautifully.
There's something incredible.
It's also, so we said it's 90% natural ingredients, and 5% of the total thing is oud oil. And so when you buy the bottle, I think it's extra. It's almost more than extra strength because it's 50% oil, which is incredibly high. A lot of extras are kind of more like 23%.
Yeah.
Whereas this is 50% perfume oil. It's almost an attar. It's just on the level of what you can actually spray onto your skin. So it's so thick, isn't it? I believe that this is a sensible price. And I just want to talk about some other fragrances because it's very easy that to get carried away and spend more and more on. I mean, the most I've spent on a fragrance this year was $250 for 50 ml. Which was on Russian Oud by Artistry,
which is fantastic.
And he distills a lot of the ingredients. You've got real oud, you've got real musk, which illegally obtained real musk, which you hardly get in anything else. There's so much, and it's another fragrance which it lasts forever. It's completely unique. It doesn't smell like other things. The oud is real complex oud, and I mean, I think actually $250 for that. I mean, unfortunately, it's sold out now, but I think it's incredibly cheap.
We were talking about this earlier in relation to other things, and a lot of it comes down to expectation. So, if you said to somebody, "What would you spend on a nice suit that you would expect to last you a good few years?" People would spend a few hundred, 500, 1,000. People spend good money. Not everyone's different, of course, and everyone has different budgets. But I think half the time it's not about the budget of the individual per se, as much as it is about their expectation. And these are pricey compared to your bog standard fragrances and even some of the niche lines. But they're not operating in that same bracket. No. They're operating in a different level.
And also, I think, in terms of what we're doing here, in terms of reviewing, we like to find fragrances which are good and smell good and are worth the money. And I think
it's all about the juice.
And I think those are. Now, there are fragrances which aren't worth the money.
Yes.
I think so.
Absolutely.
When I saw the new Tom Ford fragrance announced,
Lost Cherry.
Lost Cherry. First, I saw the name and thought, I mean, it's so kind of provocative, having had kind of fucking fabulous to now have Lost Cherry, this kind of virginity-taking juice. Is it going to make you, irresistible to teenage girls? I don't know if that's the purpose, but
it might make me want some Black Forest Gatto or something. That's about it.
But I thought, it's slightly hilarious to start with, but. Then I saw the price is £218 for 50 ml. So that's gone up. So the rest of the range are about 165.
Yeah, they're in that sort of territory. This price used to be for the 100 ml big bottles, which they've stopped doing in a lot of cases. I know they still might do them in some, but you don't have any option other than 250.
So Lost Cherry has only come up as a 50 or 250. So at £218 for 50 ml, it is more expensive than Russian Oud.
Which is insane.
You look at the list of ingredients, or the notes list, or the accords list, rather, and there's nothing. I mean, there's some rose in there. I guess rose could be expensive. But I don't think anything else is going to justify that price. I think
it's going to be hard to pull off that.
I think he's trading on sensationalism. I think he's trading on success of former, fragrances like Tuscan Leather, which was fantastic. I think you'd be crazy to spend the money.
We haven't smelt it yet. We should make that disclaimer.
We haven't smelt it.
But even on paper, you look at the list of notes.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that he couldn't get from one of the big firms out there producing the notes and oils.
And another thing which made me think about this topic is there's a UK-based fragrance Facebook group, and I saw someone selling a Roja Dove fragrance that was at the absolutely bargain price, much cheaper than retail price. It was £980.
Yeah, I bought 5 of them because I thought that
for Chypre Extraordinaire, and we checked out. If you buy it new, it's £1,450. Yeah. So what's that in dollars? That's about $1,900.
Yeah,
it's around that, maybe even $2,000 for a bottle of perfume.
You could buy for that money 20 wonderful things, or 30 or 40 incredible perfumes.
And if
you can buy Mitsuko 1,000 times over for that, which is the best Chypre.
If you buy Roja Dove, you get the Swarovski crystal, you get the huge, beautiful, elegant packaging, you get the name Roja, you get the exclusivity, you get the fact that you went to Harrods to buy it.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's that about, though?
I mean, I don't think anybody can think that Roja Dove is making perfumes for fragrance enthusiasts.
No, it's a clear market. I mean, to people like myself, it's often geared towards
an organist.
Organists, a little lot. But sending out to I'm not one of these, but sending out to rich Arabs and naming them after to buy. I'm a poor Arab in a little loft playing my tunes. But it's geared towards that market, and I've been in Harrods actually buying stuff and talking for like an hour.
We should say not just rich Arabs, rich people of all nationalities. But
especially the Arabs who love the fragrance called Dubai and things.
Yeah,
there is a market out there. Let's not beat around the bush.
But it is people who have parked their McLaren or Bugatti Veyron outside Harrods and just want to walk in and get the most expensive thing.
Their Porsche covered in black felt, which I saw once upon a time.
So I think it's important that Aksum doesn't get lumped into those categories, because that is not what it is.
No.
It comes in a this is another one from the brand, but it comes in a plain bottle like this. It does not have Swarovski crystals. It just comes in a cardboard box.
Yeah.
This is a perfume for perfume lovers. I'm not going to tell you. I know £520 is an enormous amount to spend. Of course, don't go out and spend that. Get yourself a sample first. You can get them directly from the website. If you want to try a little bit of something very, very special.
Yeah, and get yourself onto their website or onto Roullier White, and you can order samples of quite a few of them. You can't get this there, no, of course. But it's a house that is really exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, this is cutting edge stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, let us know what you think. Are there other fragrances you think are overpriced, or are we completely wrong? Is Roja Dove completely worth the money?
He could be. He may not be. Yeah. We don't know. Follow your nose.
Yeah, follow your nose. And I mean, certainly buy sense. Don't go out and spend 500 quid on the perfume. Yeah.
And then don't sell it on Facebook for 20p because you messed up.
Yeah. But I mean, this does.
It's stunning.
It doesn't smell like anything else. It's amazing. It's not. It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
I tell you what, if goats smelled like that,
I mean,
I'd be in prison.
Yeah.
And that's delicious. On that terrible side.
On that note, till next time, happy sniffing.
Bye.